A beautiful young lady who was always glued to her mobile phone started to feel weird when she was out with friends and couldn't get a hold of her phone. She thought that something must have happened. Could it be that someone stole it? Or maybe it fell and got broken? But no, all those thoughts were completely wrong. Have you ever experienced being so anxious or panicked because you can't find your phone? Do you feel uneasy or stressed if you don't have access to social media for a while? If you answered yes, then you might be suffering from nomophobia, which is a kind of anxiety or panic when you are separated from your phone. It has also been defined as a fear of being without a mobile phone or the services it provides. Today, we will be discussing this strange addiction that people develop towards their smartphones. So make sure to watch until the end to find out how you can prevent it from happening to you or to those around you. The day began like any other day. After waking up, Lena scrolled through social media for a few minutes before getting ready to go out. Her friends invited her to go shopping, but she refused at first because she didn't really feel like going. But eventually, she changed her mind. While choosing an outfit, she kept checking her phone, even though she had set it to silent mode. Maybe it was work-related. She thought she needed to be reachable in case there was an emergency. When she finally arrived at the mall, her friends were already waiting for her at the entrance. They greeted her warmly and headed straight to their favorite clothing store. Lena kept quiet most of the time, even though she liked talking to her friends. She couldn't help but feel irritated as she tried to focus on what they were talking about. All she could think about was her phone. Where was it? Was everything all right? Was it broken? Had someone stolen it? Thoughts like these overwhelmed her. They decided to take a break and grab some coffee at a nearby cafe. While waiting for the order, Lena took her phone out of her purse. To her horror, the battery was almost dead. The moment she realized that she didn't have her charger with her, she felt a surge of panic. What if it turned off in the middle of the day? What if she couldn't find her way home? Would she be able to contact anyone for help? How would she let her family know that she was okay? An overwhelming feeling of helplessness washed over her. This had never happened to her before. She pulled herself together and went back to the table where her friends were waiting for her. One of them asked, "What's wrong, Lena? You've been awfully quiet since we arrived here." Lena forced a smile and replied, "I'm sorry. I was just thinking about some things I need to do when I get back home." Her friends seemed satisfied with the answer, and soon their conversation shifted to happier topics, but Lena couldn't fully engage with them. Her heart raced whenever she heard a notification tone coming from somewhere around her. She strained her ears to try to identify the source of the sound, but it was no use. She couldn't figure it out. When her coffee arrived, she took a sip and closed her eyes for a moment. She needed to calm down. Otherwise, her friends might notice that something was wrong. She didn't want them to worry about her. As she took another sip, she noticed a man sitting across from her. He seemed to be in his late 30s and had a friendly face. Lena quickly looked away. She didn't want anyone bothering her while she was trying to relax. But a few moments later, the man stood up and walked towards their table. Lena's heart skipped a beat. What did he want? Her friends exchanged worried glances, but before they could say anything, the man introduced himself. "Hello, my name is Tom. I couldn't help but notice that you seem a bit distracted. Is everything all right?" Lena froze. How did he know? She wanted to tell him to leave them alone, but before she could say a word, her friend responded, "We're fine, thank you. Just a bit tired." Tom nodded understandingly and returned to his seat. Relief washed over Lena. She knew her friends only meant well, but she wished they would stop interfering. Just then, Lena's phone vibrated, signaling that it was charging. She reached for her purse to retrieve it. When she saw the caller ID, her heart sank. It was her boss calling again. She had been dreading this call since yesterday. What if he asked her to come in on her day off? What if he demanded that she work overtime? Lena hesitated. On the one hand, she didn't want to disappoint him. On the other hand, she desperately needed a break. As the phone continued to vibrate, Lena felt a growing sense of dread. She knew she couldn't avoid her responsibilities forever. Taking a deep breath, she decided to answer the call. "Hello," she said, trying to keep her voice steady. "Lena, I'm sorry to bother you on your day off, but I need your help with an urgent project. Can you come in tomorrow?" Lena's heart sank when she heard her boss's request. She had been looking forward to a day of relaxation after a hectic week. Now her plans were ruined. "I'm sorry, but I won't be able to make it," she replied, hoping he wouldn't push her further. But Lena's boss wasn't the type to accept no for an answer. "Are you sure? We need your expertise on this project. It's very important." Lena sighed. She knew she couldn't keep avoiding her responsibilities. With a mix of resignation and annoyance, she agreed to come in. As the conversation ended, Lena felt a surge of frustration. She couldn't believe how her day had turned out. She had been looking forward to spending time with her friends, but now she was stuck working on her day off. She glanced at their worried faces and apologized. "I'm sorry, but I have to work. Something urgent came up." With a heavy heart, Lena bid farewell to her friends. She understood their disappointed looks, but she couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. Now she just had to focus on her work. On her way back home, Lena couldn't shake off the feeling of unease. She kept replaying her encounter with her boss in her head. What if he assigned her too much work? What if she couldn't finish it on time? Suddenly, an idea struck her. Why not visit a local internet cafe? That way, she could work in a comfortable environment while still being close to home. As she entered the cozy cafe, the familiar scent of coffee beans filled her lungs. She chose a table near the window and plugged in her laptop. Lena began working on her tasks, occasionally sipping on the hot beverage. As the afternoon progressed, she found herself immersed in her work. Time flew by, and soon it was time to head home. Upon arriving, Lena's mother greeted her with a warm hug. "You're back. How was your day?" Lena recounted her experiences at the mall and the unexpected work assignment. Her mother listened attentively, offering words of comfort and encouragement. That night, Lena couldn't sleep. Thoughts about her busy schedule and unfinished work kept her awake. Restless, she tossed and turned on her bed. Finally, she got up and walked to her desk. She turned on the light and began organizing her thoughts. In the morning, Lena woke up feeling refreshed. She knew that her initial reaction to her boss's call was irrational. She shouldn't let work stress affect her personal life. After getting ready, she went to the kitchen for breakfast. Her mother, noticing her thoughtful expression, asked, "Is everything all right, honey?" Lena shared her realization about her behavior the previous night. Her mother nodded understandingly. It's important to stay calm and handle situations rationally. Your well-being should always come first. Touched by her mother's words, Lena felt grateful for her guidance. She understood that she needed to prioritize her mental health and not let work consume her. From that day on, Lena became more mindful of her actions. She learned to separate work stress from her personal life and to communicate her boundaries effectively. She prioritized self-care, ensuring she got enough rest and engaged in activities that brought her joy. By implementing these changes, Lena regained control over her life and developed a healthier relationship with both her career and her well-being. She understood that true success lay not just in professional achievements, but also in maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. So have you learned your lesson, Lena? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked this story, please give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.